Uh-huh. Wait, how they're bad? So like black crime, so like okay. Got you okay. Oh, maybe he's I don't know who that is. What I'm saying. Yeah, I stopped talking to Talk after he was trying to get with Tristan, cause he would like, she would tell me, how he would like follow her on like Instagram and whatnot, and text her and whatnot, and like be at her classes. Like she was a year younger than him. Yeah, he would like show up at her classes and whatnot, and outside of school they would meet. He would meet up with her, and I'm like, huh. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep talking to this guy. Oh my bad. That's crazy. Crazy. There's a kid that raped this girl. I wasn't friends with him, but he he raped this girl, and actually this also this also deals with Talk as well. Um, but I was talking to the girl. Um, um, I would say we were just friends, and she played soccer. I would talk to her about soccer and help her with soccer and whatnot. And Talk also being a coach. Well, she dropped out of soccer because of all the court cases and whatnot that she was going through. But Talk also being a soccer, not coach, what's it called? Assistant, yeah. Um, um, and so he started talking to her, and she was telling me about him, about Talk being weird with her and whatnot, and trying to date her. And keep in mind, this girl's the same age as me. Talk is Eric's age, so obviously big. Actually, she was a year younger than me, so big age gap. And Talk ended up like still talking to her. I stopped talking to her for a bit because she was going through her stuff. Didn't want to like involve myself too much per se. And oh, what is it? Yeah, and Talk kept talking to her, trying to get with her still. And the guy that raped her, I wasn't friends with him, but everybody that I knew that was friends with him said that it was true and that they stopped being friends with him. and Aiden Wheeler, a baseball player, yeah. And yeah, and the girl, she told me all about it, and yeah, it was bad. I think I know. I think I know that one. Yeah, I heard about that, but I don't know if that's true because the girl, she lies about a lot of stuff. She tried getting with me. She tried getting with me and then say that I was trying to get with her. And I I didn't like her or anything like that. She was um and he you don't want to be a part. Oh. Uh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the incident of him being soccer assistant manager thing. Of the girl supposedly accusing him of stuff and whatnot. Uh, yeah. That. Yeah. The girl, like I said, she was definitely wanting attention and whatnot. Yeah, the girl that I'm talking about there in Play Talk, she was a manager with us. I'm pretty sure. Ah. Yeah, that girl wasn't dating him. Was not. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, that was all supposedly. So there's like the pennies, you know, they're in the bathrooms, the girls' bathroom, the boys' bathroom, and the other training stuff. And he went in to grab some stuff. According to her, she was also going with him. He, you know, locked the door or closed the door and tried like kissing her or kissing her and whatnot. And he said that he, I guess, sexually assaulted her. And yeah, that was about it. And then he said that never happened, that the door closed on itself because this door stopper wasn't there and whatnot, and he went to open it back up. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of just us in the soccer thing. He stopped being a soccer manager after that because her. And I think Talk stopped talking to him after that, or let's see. No. No. Well, I didn't like completely stop talking to him. I remember I went to, I think it was Matt's place, and he gave me a ride there. And he took me back home. I think it was like 3 in the morning when I came back home. But before we went home, we passed by the mall, and there was a truck that crashed into the mall. I don't know if you remember. Maybe not. But yeah, we stopped by. We were just chatting, and then I think Carla, I don't know if you know her, she was also there because she's like a nurse or something. So she was talking about how she has to stop and see if everyone's okay, because it's like, I don't know, mandatory or something like that if she's a nurse. See if she can help them in any way. And we were just chatting there for like an hour in his Mustang. And I think that was the last time I ever actually like, spoke to him. Oh. Yeah, I could just tell. Nice. Oh, I know her, I think, too. Summer Jam courts? Yeah. The pickleball, yeah. Vending machine. Yeah. Your eyes starting to see red. And you guys kissed and then hugged it out. I think. Yeah. I was gonna say I think I was there for that, or not for that time, but another hearing where you and Oscar weren't close anymore. I don't remember. It was the old courts. Not that one. Yeah. I remember being there and it was just the tension. It's crazy. God, I didn't know what was happening. I was just there playing. Yeah. Same with Alias. I don't know anything that goes between you guys, or that goes on between you guys. So I just play my game. Play my game. This is how it was with me and Macario. And I don't know if you probably don't remember Cornell. His friend Curtis White was your age actually, or not his friend, his brother, Curtis White. Oh really? Yeah. His brother, the skinny one, Cornell. Yeah, back in. No, Cornell. He was the skinny one. Cordis was a bigger one. Yeah, I'm talking about Cornell. Me and him were, and he was my first best friend. Like we would race and recess and whatnot, and then we stopped talking. I would say high school, and then during like sophomore or junior year, I think he moved to Lafayette, and he just switched up. You know, started smoking weed and whatnot, going to parties, like you said, acting like a thug, and that's when I was like, hey, you did just. I said acting like a thug. Yeah, then. Yeah, and. Yeah. Yeah, and that's when I was like, with him, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not associating myself with him anymore. Just try and give you this truck. No, my bad, Jose. And you guys kiss, make up. I do not recognize this person. I should have stopped him at KFC. A 10-piece? For your family, are you sure? I know a lot of people that got shot up and died. I think so. I think I remember. Any rapists in your school? Any horrible friends? Or not horrible, but friends that became horrible? I forgot about that. Yeah, but it's St. Joe, that's for sure. I think it's you. What? The 3-3 was too locked in. Yeah. Yeah. Killing himself? Oh no. I remember that happened. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss school. You know, he's a kid. Yeah, he probably will. Yeah. I remember that happened at middle school once, and it It was what's it called? He said it like he said it in person. Huh? It was in person. Some kid was bullying this other kid in the cafeteria. I was just sitting there with my friends, and he goes, "Man, F this! None of you guys come tomorrow to," or not none of you guys come tomorrow. He was like, um, no, I think he did say, "You better not come to school tomorrow. If you do, just wait what happens," or something like that, or just wait to see what happens. And everybody was like, "What?" And this was the cafeteria. There's like, I think the vice principal is usually in the cafeteria just watching, and he ended up not coming back to middle school. And I saw him in in freshman year, yeah, freshman year of high school, and he goes, "Yeah, I ran away with my dirt bike, and I stabbed this kid with my scissors, and yeah, I mean, now I'm here." And I'm like, "Huh?" And then he goes on, and I'm like, "Oh, in biology class, yeah, you liking it so far?" He goes, "Yeah, I mean, my dad was a meth head, so I learned most stuff from him." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, isn't that just crazy fun, huh?" And then and then I never saw him after that class period. He just disappeared. I just never used the bathroom there because it was so annoying. Yeah, during lunch you'd have to tell the person that's watching the lunch period, "Can I go to the bathroom real quick?" And they'll walk you out to the bathroom. Yeah. Let's see birds. Like my day. My Grandpapa. Oh. Yeah. That reminds me. There's this one kid. His name was Christian, and him and this other kid, James. James, he was big and white, and I wasn't even there when it happened, or not like when it happened. I was in the classroom, but I wasn't looking at them. But something was going on. They were like in the back of the classroom, and then all of a sudden, James, he was annoying. Like no one really liked him. He was like a bully, and Christian, he was also annoying, but he had his friends and whatnot. The other guy didn't, and out of nowhere, James goes up to the teacher. I think it was like second grade, and he goes up to the teacher and goes, holding his side, and he goes, "Christian just stabbed me with a pencil," and then and he was like jumping and whatnot. And he moves his hand, and the pencil's just sticking outside of his side, and everybody's like, "What? Huh?" And this second grade, like, we were so confused. We're like, "What? What is happening?" And so the teacher was like, "Go to the nurse, Christian. You're coming with me. We're taking you to the principal's office." And then, yeah, he came back after they just took the pencil out of him. He was back in class, but what's it called, the teacher just grabbed the next door second grade teacher and was like, "Can you watch my class for a bit?" What a shot! I'm insane. I'm like, "Can you watch my class for a bit?" And I'm like, "What is happening?" And then, yeah, I never seen Christian again. He turned out to be gay, I think I heard. It was crazy. All of a sudden I have 20 bucks I can give him if he wants 20 bucks. If I was to do it, this is how I would do it. oddly enough, this smells just like the 20 bucks I lost. Isn't that crazy? Oh, I thought you said like, he fell off a bridge. I was gonna be like, what? He died? This one time, this was in kindergarten, by the way. There's this girl named Jessie, and this, I forgot the guy's name. I think it started with a B or something. And Eric, you know, Miss Schneller, she had the treehouse. So in the treehouse, supposedly, Jesse and this guy were getting freaky at the top of the treehouse. I didn't know. I didn't, I didn't know at the time. Um, well, I got told afterwards what they were doing, but I was, you know, it was reading time. We were just everybody choosing their places where to read and whatnot. They were up there. I didn't know. I was climbing up the ladder, and I see them both side to side, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, my bad. You know, I was gonna read here, but it looks like you guys already took it. I'll go somewhere else. and then I get told afterwards, like, I want to say maybe a week or so later, cause him and Jesse and him ended up like going to the principal's office, and the parents came in and whatnot, cause everybody was saying what was happening, and I was like, "You're telling me I practically walked in on them?" I'm like, stunned. Like, this is kindergarten. What are they doing up there? You know? And everyone was like, yeah, they were kissing and whatnot supposedly, and supposedly Jesse ended up jerking him up there and whatnot. I'm like, huh? What? Yeah, yes. And they were like, yeah, they started kissing. They weren't dating, but they just started kissing, and then supposedly Christian said that, you know, started jerking her off and whatnot, and I jerking him off, jerking him off, and then I forgot what else it said, but they're kindergarten. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and it was crazy because I was like, I didn't think nothing of it at the time, obviously. Wow. No, I went. The thing is, I went below because there's like a top, yeah, obviously, and then yeah, and then the bottom. There's the no, it was yeah, it was just like a sofa, not sofa, mattress, I think, or something like that. Something comfy just to lay and read, and I was just down there. Apparently, while they were getting freaking up there. Yeah. Crazy. The treehouse. That's great. No, but he told me about it. Oh my god. You got your get back, it's alright. Oh my god, I didn't mean it. I thought I was in. I was celebrating. That's not it. That's it. That's not it. Again. Oh, I know him. I know him. Yeah, I hated that kid. Free lunch for me. There goes Bella. Man, I got nothing to lose. I'm kindergartner. She loads up. Wham! Logging at the gym. What did I do? Oh. Giddy. And you guys just ended up kissing. Oh. You fell on her, you said, I must have fallen for you. Go. Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, I had something similar happen as well. This was 3rd grade. Yeah, a girl accusing you. Yeah. But this was, I think, 3rd grade, I believe, and this girl, her name was Kendall, and Macario, my friend. No. God, no. No. And so, Macario, my friend, he really liked Kendall. He was, trying to get with her and whatnot. And I was just hanging with him at the time. We were doing like some project, like that big paper, and we were like writing a poster or something for the class. I don't remember too well, but but she ended up like going like not across the table, but she ended up getting like over the top of the table to get to the other side and write something on the other side. And I remember this so vividly. Macario passes by, grabs her, the jeans, how they have like the loops. He grabs the loop on her jean. Yeah, and he just pulls it all the way up on her while she's sitting, not sitting across, like laying across the table. And then I'm just next to following Macario, because I forgot what we were doing, but I was just next to him, and he runs away and I'm just there behind her, and she's like, did you just do that to me? I'm like, no, 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 that wasn't me. I'm literally like so far away from you, like literally, and Macario's just literally, Macario's literally like on the other side of the table, and pretty much laughing, and I'm like, no, that wasn't me. I promise. Like I wouldn't even touch you. Why would I have no reason to touch you? You know. And then I ended up going to the principal's office, and because she told the teacher, and I was like, what a shot. I was like, I swear it wasn't me. Macario was the one that did it, thinking it was funny, and whatnot. Like this and that. And then the principal was like, yeah, it's alright. You know, you're saying it wasn't you. You know, we're not sure who really was. Can't really put the blame on you. You know, you don't really get into trouble, so you know we'll let you go. But yeah, and then I think 5th grade or 7th grade, sometime then, Kendall and Macario hooked up, and yeah, I mean, I guess he got what he wanted. But yeah, I got blamed for no reason for something that he did. That was crazy. Like, who would just go in? Oh man. But yeah, like that was I did nothing, bro. Crazy. Oh no. And you still tried getting with her? Mm. Aren't they all? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Um, yeah. Maddie? Yep. Older than her and a douche. Oh. Uh-huh. But Jose, let me tell you, that's like the ugly. You take the ugly one, right? That's the scenario Eric was just in. Yeah. Yeah. Wed her legs wide, swaying her arms left and up up and down. You're cutting out. Oh my. I think. Okay. Was not going with her. I think Brooklyn ended up telling. Well, no, I think. No, I think I don't know if she told me that exact story or something similar to that, but when with soccer and stuff, me and her got close and we're texting a lot, and she ended up telling me, no, bruh, no, we're talking and. I was helping her as well, not helping her, but I was talking, being there for her because, because, no. Well, I was just getting there, her house just got hit by a tornado, so I was there. So I was there. I was there for moral support. I wasn't trying to I wasn't trying to get with her or anything. We were just talking as friends. We were helping each other out. And yeah, she ended up telling me stories about freshman year and whatnot. So some of them about Eric, but I didn't I didn't take them all into. Nothing wrong with that. This one is from Wikipedia. This one I found in pictures. One when you were younger, and then one when you guys were older and more coherent. Yeah. 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 All that. Oh, I'm here for you. Yeah, she told me that you asked her out, but she never said how many times. Is this serious? You think I have the courage? 3-3? probably forgot about that one. I know, I know. I'm saying. How could this happen to me? Wow. I think I still have our chats on Snapchat. No way that's it. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we became closer. Soccer. I never took your crush out. But just punted me. No way. Yeah. Yeah, I stopped being friends with Brian because the stuff that he does and whatnot. Yeah, like, you know Maisie? Do you remember her? Yeah, me and Maisie, we were friends before her and Brian got together, and um, so we were friends before her and Brian got together. So I would say we talk not every day really, but it was pretty often. And then me and Brian, I didn't really know Brian. You know, he was like he used to be like the not so popular kid per se. Like he was to himself and whatnot. And then at the time, he started being the obnoxious popular kid, but somewhat tolerable. Not tolerable anymore. Yeah, and so me and him talk. We were the soccer managers, so we would talk, and Maisie would play soccer, and he was talking about how him and Maisie were like, I guess, getting it on, like not that way, but like they were talking, and he thought that she liked him, and I was like helping him per se, like what he's saying, whatnot, because he was like, well, I've never really had a relationship, blah 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 blah. Like I don't really know what to do, and I'm like, talk. He was saying his stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I would do that. I would rather, not rather, but if I were you, I was like, if I were you, I would do this and this. You know, if she's mad at you, like, don't just completely ghost her because of that. Like, if she says leave me alone, like, give her space. Like, don't just okay. Yeah. And so after that, I don't know what happened between them, but Maisie was telling me that yeah, he ended up like changing completely after high school and whatnot, and I was like, yeah, I stopped being friends with him because he was obnoxious, and yeah, he would, yeah. I never told Maisie because I'm like, maybe they're chill like that, like, oh, like Jose, like Jose, like Jose and Rihanna, they're like, oh, this person's hot, oh, that person's hot. Not you. You're PG. But yeah, and I never told Maisie. And because I was like, maybe they're, oh, they're fine with it. But yeah, ended up she actually didn't even like that and didn't know about that. And yeah, Brian he was tolerable until he wasn't, and when he wasn't, it was when he got definitely closer with like Pasquale and his ego boosted and whatnot. And Maisie and me tried getting with her before Brian did, and I was just always the one in the middle, pretty much. I was friends with Maisie and friends with Talk, and then they stopped their thing. Yeah, and then Talk was like, as well, like, oh, you trying to get with Maisie too? I'm like, no. For one, she's my brother's age. Like, I'm not, I'm not really into older women. For two, well, at the time I was 16 and she's what 18 something. I don't know. Yeah. And secondly, she wasn't really my type. She was chill. But that's too. Eric, you're how old? How old were? No, I'm saying. Well, no, I yeah. Yeah, and I was like to Talk. She's not really my type for second off, and then that's after that. We were just chill, and Brian ended up getting with her, and yeah, it was just a mess after that. Soccer Brian. I call him Soccer Brian. Yeah, Maisie, she was chill. I mean, I wonder how she's doing now. I think last I knew, she's like with an older man and whatnot. She whipped it out. And then Brooklyn said, no, this is the fat one. My coaching? You're so straight. Yeah, Cam and girls were not it. Yeah. I don't know if you know Eric Kathleen Zorn. You know her? Does that ring a bell? Well, she was older than me. I was in 8th grade at the time. She was a freshman. And I only knew her from Ali Gomez. Cause they do they used to do cheerleading together. And the Kathleen Zorn guy, she knew I was in 8th grade. And we were, I said girl. She knew I was in 8th grade, and she would still like invite me to her house for like parties and whatnot. And she had a pool, and and that's a SpongeBob celebration. Yeah, and she invited me one time. She said she had a pool. I was like, I don't know how to swim. She was like, well, I can show you how to swim. And I'm like, she, no offense to her, but at the time I was not attracted to her. Even as, even, no. This, I was in eighth grade. But I, there, she was Brian's age, Brian knew her. And yeah, and I ended up telling Allie, and she was like, "Oh, so she liked you?" And I was like, "I don't know, she never told me." And then Allie ended up telling me that Allie herself liked me at some point. I'm like, "Oh, you should have just told me." You know, I told her about the kindergarten, how I remember her leaving me notes and whatnot in my mailbox for kindergarten, like love letters and whatnot. And she's like, you still remember that? That was like so long ago. I pretty much forgot about that, you know? I was like, yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, my family made fun of me the whole time. And I didn't want to reject because your dad is a cop. And I thought I was going to go to like jail or something if I rejected you. And she's like, oh, no, I just liked you. And I was scared to tell you face to face. I'm like, well, sucks to suck. Yeah, I remember. Jose made fun of you for texting her. But yeah, and the other thing was Allie. She introduced me to that, and I bet you do. Yeah, but yeah, she introduced me, and then afterwards, after me and Kat, we talked nonstop. She used to put me on her 1111. I never I never posted this shot. Kathleen says I never posted her. Or I never posted that, I should say. But she did, and she was like, DSF Pablo. So she, and I'll show you. But yeah, and then Allie afterwards, she told me she liked me, and then she was like, "Do you like me?" And this was really weird to me, because she said, "I want you to send a voice message of you saying I like you," and I'm like, yeah, um, and then she ended up, uh, well, prior to the fact, or prior to that, she was showing me herself, like her abs and whatnot. No, no, she was showing her abs to me, and then I ended up telling her, you know, I used to like you. I was like, I used to like you, but I don't like you now, and yeah, that. And then she told me how Kathleen doesn't even remember me anymore and whatnot. I'm like, good, because I was a minor for you, man. And she tried to take me to her house, like, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I would have gone to her house, then what would have happened? So that's her. Margot. She's younger than her. Or actually, I think they're twins. Yeah. Maddie? Is that her thing? Maddie and Kaylee King or something like that. So, yeah, their friend had a crush on me and I rejected it. Yeah, she stopped talking. Wait, let me say mine real quick because it's nice and quick. So, it was 6th grade. She told me she liked me. I rejected her. Actually, no. We dated for a bit, actually, now that I remember. And we were just better as friends. And then we were like, she started dating someone afterwards, and we were talking, and she was talking about how, hey, if it doesn't work out with me and him in sophomore year, do you wanna date again? And I'm like, okay, sure. And then we got to freshman year, they weren't dating, and she was like, hey, remember what our plan was? And I'm like, yeah, what about it? She's like, well, I'm still dating him, and I'm like, oh, that's good. Proud of you guys. And so she was like, you know, what? Yeah, like you didn't have to tell me. And then she ended up going, hey, she was like, hey, if it doesn't work out with us when we're like 30, we're 30 and single. If you want to like get together, and maybe sure. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, I don't see why not. And I haven't talked to her since. there's this girl I was seventh grade. I was in music class, I think it was. Yeah. It was some type of music class. Talk about it. It was a weird class. I didn't want to be in it. And there's this new girl that comes in, and her name is Ashton. I'm I'm alphabet wise, I'm the last one because my last name and whatnot. And there's a seat open next to me, and the teacher was introducing her and whatnot, and we became friends somewhat because she started talking to me. And then I want to say maybe give it a week or so. She was telling me how she liked me and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, you're not really my type, and blah 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 blah. And she ended up being friends with this one girl that I liked, and I was like, I'm more into, or not more into, but I like this person more, blah 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 blah. And she's like, oh well, I really like you, this and that. And it was all through messages and whatnot. And the next day, or not the next day, but like sometime at school, she's sitting next to me, and she starts taking off her sweater, looking at me, like just eye contact, doing this, taking off her sweater. She took off her sweatpants and whatnot in the class, and I was just like, what are you doing? And she's like, it's just hot in here. I'm like, well, it's December. I was like, it's December, it's gonna be warm in the classrooms, yeah, but you don't have to take off all your clothes. And she's like, and I didn't like her, alright? And she was like, what, you don't like my body or something? I'm like, I didn't say that. I'm like, I didn't. I was like, I'm not saying that. And then she was like, you know what, fine, I'll go somewhere else. And she ended up, I guess, not moving, but changing her changing her schedule and whatnot. she changed her schedule, and me and her friend, I knew this girl since 2nd grade. We had a thing back in 2nd grade, and then we didn't talk because she moved and whatnot. But we met back in middle school, and she was like, oh, I liked you back in 2nd grade. And I was like, oh really, I liked you too. And we ended up dating. And then obviously the new girl was not obviously, but the new girl became friends with the girl I liked. And at that point, she was just the messenger for her friend. Like, she knew what class I was in, so she would just end up coming into the class because she was a troublemaker pretty much. And she would be like, oh, Jalen gave me this note to give to you. Oh, Jalen is asking for your hoodie. She wants to wear it all day at school today. I'm like, okay. And the whole time she would come in to the classroom and talk to me about that, or talk to me about her and how she was asking for this or trying to tell me this. And I always found it weird that she liked me, did that stuff, and then was just fine with it. Kill yourself. I think I know about her. Maybe the last is. Maybe I know someone with the same name. Little foreshadowing. Oh, I'm pretty much. Yeah. I was not part of that. I was just. Oh. Speaking of an Abby, I knew an Abby in 5th grade. Um, I got told she liked me. Then she ended up. I never like talked to her, but she ended up moving schools, and she ended up like going full emo and whatnot. And no, yeah, and then she ended up talking to me again. She was like, "Do I know you?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, but I know you." He's like, No, I was like, no, I remember you. I don't know if you remember me. And and so yeah, she ended up emo, and she had like cuts on her wrists, cuts on her thighs that got leaked and whatnot. And she ended up becoming a lesbian, and I never heard from her again. Yeah. I think it was Aubrey. What? Oh, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did it. Yeah. They're both like softball players. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. What about you, Jose? Any interesting stories? And then he grabs a tray and bam, he smacks. Get yanked. I remember one time. There was a fight, and I don't remember this. It was two girls, a black girl and like a Hispanic girl. No, this was high school. And I don't remember who was fighting, but I remember people were like, "Yo, yeah, like who's this Hispanic girl? Like she's such a baddie. Like we gotta find her and whatnot." But I never seen her. Like I don't know what grade she was. I don't know who she was. I never saw after that video that was taken. It was crazy. Like she's disappeared. Makayla? Yeah. Ew! That reminds me of one time. Um, I think it was 8th grade homecoming, some middle school. No. It was the last day of school actually, and we were signing yearbooks in the gym and whatnot. And I see Macario. Me and him, we started getting distant at this time. And I was just like, hey, I'll sign your yearbook. You know, I always said the cheesy thing. You know, hey, I was like, one day, you know, this is gonna be, what's it called? One day, this is gonna be a famous autograph of mine or something like that. And, you know. And I was like, you know, hey, just in case, you can sell this at some point once I become famous, blah, 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 blah. And so he was telling me how him and this girl had beef, something that they did or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I hope you guys figure it out. I mean, it's the last day of school. Don't want anything crazy to happen on the last day of school. So go to the summer. I was like, it's the last day of school. Don't want anything bad to happen on the last day of school. And want to go into the summer. And she was pretty much getting in trouble almost every other day. And then I'm signing someone else's yearbook, talking to someone else, and I see him sprint to this girl. She was black and chubby. And I see him sprint to this girl, grabs her weave, and sprints out the doors of the PE. The gym, and he just runs home because Truman isn't that far from my place. Yeah, her wig, yes. He snatched it off of her and just sprinted out the doors because the gym class led to outside. He just sprinted out. No one knew where he went. Everybody just tried to follow him. She obviously got like 2 steps in and was like, "Guys, do something!" Because she was tired already. I was like, "Ain't no way!" Like, really? Like, first of all, how do you know it was weave? Like, I mean, I guess everybody would have thought, but like, that's just crazy. He likes a football player, so he was pretty quick. And the second he snatched that weave, he was out the door the second time. The second you blink again, it was crazy. That was the same year this one girl, Makayla, she ended up liking me but not liking me. And she tried to sneak me into her house sometimes. And this other time, this was during a homecoming. Me and this girl, we dated. Her name was Faith. We dated and I don't. Alright. Listen, it's not my fault. I'm good looking. Just wait. One day. One day. Wait. I did the same thing signing girls soccer cleats. Girls soccer cleats. And they you know wait. And they actually ended up showing me a picture of it not being erased. They like they didn't wear it afterwards or something and they still had it erased. No, like she put it in her box and then it was pretty good. And but anyways, back to 8th grade homecoming. So and so mine I guess is a fumble, not really though. This girl, me and her dated. She was like, you should come to homecoming. You know, we're friends. Blah 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 blah. Listen, I'll get to it. And so I was like, you know, I don't know if my parents will allow me. You know, it's pretty late for homecoming. Anyways, I'm not a really big party guy, anyways. And I ended up going, and I ended up hanging out with Faith. No, hanging out with Faith, and yeah, that was it. And so then I, you know, that night I just stopped talking to Faith, and this other friend, she was a friend kinda. Her name was Avery, and she ended up telling me, you know, oh, I thought you weren't coming because I told her I wasn't coming either, and he's like, or she's like, oh, were you here alone? Blah 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 blah. I'm like, kinda. I mean, it seems like a vibe, really. Don't know. We've never been to homecoming before. And she takes me to the cafeteria. We're like at the cafeteria, and she's like, you know, sit down. Blah blah blah. And then I sit down. She grabs my hand and puts my hand on her thigh, and then she like was touching me up and whatnot. And after the homecoming dance, she was like, hey, you know, I wanted to kiss you at that time, but I didn't know if you wanted to or if you even liked me. And I was like, you know, I just broke up with this girl. I'm not sure if I'm ready for a relationship. And then afterwards, she was like, oh, you know, that's fine. I mean, would you be down to be friends with benefits? And I'm like, huh? And she's like, yeah, friends with benefits, you know? Like, we friends, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'll have to think about it. I'm not too sure. Like, I've never done that before. And then we stopped talking a little after that. And she ended up talking to me back in high school. And was like, we're still friends with benefits, aren't we? And I'm like, I don't think I agreed to that. Why? And she's like, yeah, she was like, no, I remember you agreeing, like, after the homecoming dance when we almost kissed and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't think I remember just like you do. So, yeah, it was something I did not like. Takes me to the bathroom. You gotta jerk it. only benefits he got was the wins he got. He flexed to the other girls. You ever tried pegging? Eric, you could've... Eric, you could've changed it. Yeah. You cut out, and then just heard big back fat guy. Yeah. Speaking of crazy girls, there's this girl that I knew back in elementary school, and she only told me in middle school that she liked me. And well, I think it was before we got to seventh grade. So before we got into middle school, everybody was telling me during summer, "Oh, she likes you, this, and that." I'm like, I don't believe it until I hear it from her. I didn't like her. I didn't like her. She was definitely not my type. And she invites me to this, I think, her birthday party at her house, and I ended up going. Lucario and a few other friends were there, and she was telling me how, oh, wouldn't it be so weird if everybody left and it was just us two left here, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, my mom dropped me off. I'd have to tell her that everybody, party's over, and I'd have to go home. Or maybe Lucario's mom could take me home. And she ended up making Lucario and them go home, and I was stuck there with her, just waiting for mom to come home or to come pick me up and take me home. And I think it was afterwards, after that night, she told me that she liked me, and I'm like, I still listen. She was like, I actually liked her friend more than her. I actually liked her friend more than her. Me and her friend dated. That's but but no, she ended up telling me she liked me and whatnot, and I was like, I don't like you, we can still be friends. Like, I don't mind being friends. Nothing. It's not you're still pretty, you're beautiful. Just I'm not, really into you. Blah blah blah. You're not my type. And then she was like, if you don't stay friends with me, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, I need you. Like, you make me happy every day. You're the reason I wake up every day and go to school. I'm like, yeah, we can stay best friends. If anything, like, I'll be here for you anytime. Blah blah blah. And then I later find out during high school that she got pregnant by some guy and he left her. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't, keep talking to her. And then, like, as I said, I ended up dating her friend afterwards. We didn't let her know, or else she would have been mad. And she ended up moving, and we had to break up. And I think her friend ended up following me back on Instagram later in the year, or later in the years. And I didn't think I ever followed her back. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, and then oh yeah, and she showed me herself, not herself, but she showed me the scars of herself when she used to cut her wrist. Yeah, she used to cut her wrist and her thigh. She showed me pictures of it, saying that she really needed me, and without me, she wouldn't be able to. That didn't obviously just want to leave her and be like, fix yourself. I was there like, yeah, I'll be friends with you. And the whole time, she still liked me. Like, she would still flirt with me and whatnot. Like, oh, your hair looks so nice today. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you look really handsome today. 1111, my best friend Pablo, my only friend Pablo, I'd be like, oh, and this cool thing, well, maybe not cool thing, but she asked me to post on her 1111. I'd make a private story, just add her in it, and post as 1111. Go on. And what'd you say that was called? Okay. Gotta get every. Hey, there was one time I went to the treehouse at the park. This girl that I knew, she dragged me towards the treehouse. Dragged me towards the treehouse and tried to make it out. Later, figured out that she had a boyfriend. There was other time, this girl, her name was Bailey Christopher. Eric, I think you remember her because of your brother. And they ended up finding where we lived. That girl ended up going up to the trampoline that we had, and she tried kissing me on the trampoline. And I was running away from her. She tried kissing me. I was running away from her the whole time. Eric was there witnessing it all. And yeah, I no clue how they found out where you live. Never talked to her again. She lived in Italy. And this was recent. She, I never talked to her. No, I'm saying, like we had no. I understand what you're saying, but I'm like, if you're gonna follow to home, like, you gotta see them, and blah 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 blah. You gotta. start taking my pants off too. That's good. Oh, my bad. I get sexually assaulted. I did not want it. I say no. They said, yes, you do. He's not dead. Gosh. Might as well. I thought that's something you would say. Like, your story is so boring. Then like bored or something like that. Yeah. She does have a twin. Margot Zorn. That well, she's like young. Well, yeah. Speaking of which, that Kathleen, dudes in Little Big crazy thing. And she ended up telling me about it, and that was for her boyfriend at the time. He's like, I hope you didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it. Her twin is she went viral actually. Like she made some TikTok like her. You search it up. I actually. Yeah, she ended up making some gold themselves. She's lesbian, married, or whatever. Yeah. Me too. Said no. Oh, that that reminded me this one time. The Jaylene girl was dating. You know how in PE we would not PE. However, before school started, everyone would hang out at the gym. We would hang out, and this one time, she grabbed my meat, and then she was like, "I think this is the size of my phone." She had, I think it was the iPhone. I don't remember what iPhone it was. It was an older iPhone. And then, and she was like, talking about it, and I think it was Tashawn was there as well, and they're like, nah, he's packing. I know for sure he's packing. Blah blah blah. I don't know, bro. No way. And and then yeah, she did that, and I was like, you know, don't do that again. Blah blah blah. It's really weird, especially at school. Don't want to get in trouble. And no. And then she ended up saying how the whole thing got around how she would, because we swapped phones, and she was talking about how she would do things to my phone and leave stains on my phone and whatnot. And I was like, you know, I know. I was like, I know we're dating and all, but like, this is unnecessary. I like my phone back, please. And I never let her take my phone again. And then everybody was like, "Oh, did you leak your phone after that?" And I'm like, "What? No, like, what? No, like, it's just gross." And yeah, and then afterwards, I think we only dated for like a month or so. So yeah, it was a quick relationship. Elementary school. Yeah. Yeah, it was none of those things. No. That was my first. I think I dated two more after her. I dated, well, I dated mixed girls too. Yeah. Dark, yeah. I dated one more after her. Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes in life, if anything, she was the freak trying to do weird, not weird, but, well, yeah, weird. And then she ended up just getting with the guy that she said is her friend. And I'm like, okay, we're done. Probably not. I think he's asleep. We should probably be as well after this. Yeah, me. No way.
Yeah, I mean, I dated this mixed girl. Um, she broke up with me right before Valentine's Day, just to get with someone else. I thought she was ugly. I just got with her. No, I just got with her because I thought I would end up liking her. Like, no, no. And then figured out. And oh, and I ended up dating this other girl that was mixed. I think I've told you guys about it. She was like, her dad was Honduran, but she didn't know any Spanish or anything like that. That relationship was a mess. And turns out that girl and the girl that broke up with me before Valentine's Day, they were friends back in the day, and they became friends once me and the other girl, well, the new girl, started dating. And then once we broke up, I was called a homie hopper because of that. No. And that girl, the relationship that was a mess, there's a lot to talk about that, but the one thing I would say is not funny per se, but crazy, was she had like a low iron deficiency thing, and this one time she was getting out of the bath and she ended up fainting while we were on call. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I kind of just did nothing. And she ended up just waking up afterwards, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I was like asleep or something. It was early in the morning. I don't remember. I remember. I remember. She said she was like out cold. She doesn't remember even taking a bath. I'm like, that's crazy. Yeah, I could have. I could have seen a death, not death. I could have seen, yeah, death. Someone died. Yeah. I was gonna say a murder. I could see a murder, but no. I would have been the murderer. Wow. Yeah, she. I got told about that. Yeah. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, I remember his nurse his whole elder home thing stories where he used to work at, take care of the elderly. Yeah, I'm talking about Austin.
We can be freaks together. I'm done with your freakiness. Why you what? No. Be her getting back shots from the guy saying this could have been you. Yeah, I got told. Dang. Crazy. What'd you say F me for? I remember this one time I was just on Snap and random people would add me, and this one girl added me. She asked what I look like, and then she would just send me videos of her doing stuff, and I was like, why? Like, I don't want this. And she was like, but you're so good looking, blah blah blah. Like, I want you to see. And I'm like, we're both minors. I'm 14. You're however old you are. I don't even know you. You said you live somewhere in Texas. It goes to Facebook. I put it for that. But yeah, and yeah, I stopped talking. She was sending like every day something new of her. Pretty much nudes, as some may say. And I was just a little minor. Anywho, I shall go sleep. I'm gonna take a picture of Jose going to sleep on call with us. Jose fell asleep on call with us. The last time Jose fell asleep on call with the he fell asleep on call with me was months ago. Last time Jose fell asleep on call with me was months ago. I did nothing to him. We just fell asleep on call, talking. Something bros do, you know? Anyways, I shall head out. Yeah, I also gotta go.